Diagnosed with a rare blood cancer, House Majority Leader Steve Scalise will undergo a stem cell transplant. We explore the very serious procedure.
That might not be her name. She gave me and Sister Rose several names.
Do you know this woman? A local shelter is issuing a plea for help, hoping to find out who one of their residents really is.
The first weekend of Carnival looks dry and chilly, but rain is on the way starting Monday morning.
Just 2 hours until Carnival season begins, we take a look at all the 12th night festivities and fun as we gear up for Mardi Gras. This is WWL Louisiana News at 10.
In just 21 hours, Joan of Arc will make her procession through the French Quarter as we celebrate the start of Carnival. The next day, we'll welcome a new Louisiana governor. Jeff Landry's inauguration ceremony at the Capitol is now on Sunday instead of Monday as originally planned. That is because of storms expected to be moving through the area. Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Devin Bartolotta. Charisse is off. We'll have more on those stories in just a moment, but first, that rainy forecast. Chris, are you here to literally rain on our parade, or are we looking good tomorrow?
No, we will not. The rain that we had around this afternoon and evening gone. Most locations picked up a decent soaking, with many receiving a half inch or a little bit more. Nobody, at least as far as Baton Rouge is concerned, saw over an inch of rainfall. And the good news is the rain is done for the weekend. So 12th night activities tomorrow. Weather looks great. All of our rainfall now well off to our east. However, we still do have this low cloudiness. You look closely, that low cloudiness line extends out past Lake Charles. So we will stay under the cloudy skies through the night, and that will prevent us from getting as cold as we have been the last several mornings. Now, I do think we could see some 40s overnight going into early tomorrow, but no 30s, at least for the next several days. And you can clearly see that low cloudiness over downtown at the moment, with temperatures 50s and 60s, but 40s are not too far away. That will be moving in through the overnight, and temperatures will be chilly as we get the day started tomorrow. Just no 30s, no freezing temperatures, at least for the next several days. Looking ahead, though, as we go into Monday morning, showers and thunderstorms start rolling through, and this is just the start. Monday right now looking to be a very wet and possibly stormy day. We'll talk more about that in a few minutes.
All right, Chris, thank you. For real-time updates on the weather in your area, make sure to download our free mobile app in your app store. Rain in Monday's forecast has prompted organizers of Louisiana's inauguration ceremony to move the event one day earlier. Governor-elect Jeff Landry will now be sworn in on Sunday at 4:30 in the afternoon, but he still won't officially take office until Monday at noon. That's because when it comes to those elected to the executive branch, the Louisiana state constitution says their term, quote, shall begin at noon on the second Monday in January, next following the election. We were at the Capitol earlier today as crews were working to set the stage for the ceremony, placing chairs, flowers, and flags around the steps. We're told everything that was planned for Monday morning will still happen just a day earlier.
You will have some beautiful music involved, a lot of instrumental stuff. It'll start with a parade of the statewide elected officials. They will actually come out being introduced separately, so you get a chance to see those individuals that you voted for and their spouses, and they will take a seat down in this platform area.
Right now, it's not clear if other statewide officials will take part on Sunday or if outgoing Governor John Bel Edwards will attend. The inaugural ball has also moved to Sunday night. As for other lawmakers, they will still be sworn in at 10 Monday morning as scheduled. Can you believe it? Carnival is upon us. Look at this countdown here. Literally, it is on your screen. We are less than 2 hours away from the season and all the festivities that it brings with it. Tomorrow night, Joan of Arc will march through the French Quarter while Funny 40 Fellows rolls inside the St. Charles streetcar. It all kicks off what is a shorter season this year. Fat Tuesday is just 39 days away. Our Whitney Miller has a preview.
Tonight, the Crew de Jeanne d'Arc is partying their way into 12th night here at Lividay Hall. It is one of the first glimpses into what Carnival season has in store. Friday, the table was set in Central City as the Crew de Jeanne d'Arc put the final touches on their opening event.
I might have stayed up all night twice this week, so it's really fun to see it coming together.
What's coming together is a big parade on Saturday, the crew's 16th year celebrating the life and legacy of Joan of Arc in New Orleans. Organizers say it takes a full year to get things rolling.
We have a book club and art competition and an educational salon also during the year. So we do things every month and all year long.
The Joan of Arc parade happens every year on the 6th of January and kicks off 12th night, the true start to carnival season. But Joan of Arc isn't alone. There is a whole lineup of parades and events happening on 12th night.
3, 2, 1.
For decades, the Funny 40 Fellows have made their annual roll uptown on the St. Charles streetcar. They are followed by the Funky Uptown crew. This year, they celebrate with a Saturday Night Fever theme. All three parades hoping to usher in a special carnival season.
We've always enjoyed being the end of the Christmas and the beginning of Carnival. It was not a plan for that. It's Joan of Arc's birthday on January 6th. That just happens to be Epiphany, which is a nice coincidence for us.
The Joan of Arc parade begins at 7 o'clock tomorrow night in the French Quarter, and you can track that parade and all the other ones on the WWL Mardi Gras Parade Tracker. It is free for now in New Orleans. Whitney Miller, WWL Louisiana.
And perhaps one of the most important carnival traditions that gets the okay tomorrow, certainly the most delicious. You can finally start chowing down on king cakes. Bakeries across the area have been working overtime to prepare. There were even some cakes here at the station today to tempt us into taking an early bite. But Carnival legend says eating a king cake out of season will bring rain on Mardi Gras Day. And even if you're not superstitious, you might as well wait, because at this exact moment, Carnival is only 1 hour and 54 minutes away. And remember, it is a short season this year, so the next big parade is only 2 weeks away. Like Whitney said, make sure you download our free Parade Tracker app. It has all the schedules and the routes. You can find it in your phone's app store. And while Southeast Louisiana might be focused on Mardi Gras, the state of Iowa is looking ahead to their caucus. That will be held in just 10 days and kicks off the race to the White House. President Biden held his first campaign event of 2024 visiting Pennsylvania. He used the event to mark the 3rd anniversary of the January 6th assault on the U.S. Capitol, ahead of what could be a rematch with former President Donald Trump. Trump's rivals for the GOP nomination are also acknowledging the assault and say it might become an advantage for Biden.
If Trump is the nominee, the election is going to be about legal issues, criminal trials, and January 6th. Biden's record, no one's even going to be talking about that. It's all going to be about Trump.
Republicans have lost the last 7 out of 8 popular votes for president. That is nothing to be proud of.
Today, the Supreme Court decided to review a Colorado ruling that found Trump ineligible for the presidency. Right now, he won't be on the state's primary ballot. Despite that, he still maintains a big lead in the polls over his GOP rivals. The unemployment rate remains near record lows as U.S. businesses continue to add new workers. Hotels, restaurants, and other businesses in the hospitality sector added 40,000 jobs in December. The healthcare industry also grew, bringing on 38,000 positions. The economy finished 2023 with 2.7 million more jobs than the previous year. Meanwhile, the Federal Reserve should make a decision later this month on whether to lower interest rates. Last August, House Majority Leader Steve Scalise announced that he was diagnosed with blood cancer. Now he's fighting the disease with an aggressive treatment. Today, Amelia Strahan spoke with a Louisiana representative and medical experts. She brings us information on the treatment and how the House leader's health is holding up.
The doctor said, get to the hospital quickly because your system is shutting down. I mean, it was that serious.
After being diagnosed with blood cancer last year, House Majority Leader Steve Scalise knew from the beginning that he would fight it.
We said from day one, let's be very aggressive. We don't want to play any games with this. If there's something available, then let's get on what's the most aggressive plan to combat it.
But it was a fight that wouldn't be easy.
There won't be anything that you would go through that may be as hard on your body than a stem cell or bone marrow transplant.
After receiving positive results from chemotherapy, doctors recommended an autologous stem cell transplant.
Where your body's got to be ready for it. And fortunately, I was at a place where they said you're ready to go.
The treatment extracts stem cells, cleans them, and introduces high-dose chemotherapy before returning the cleaned stem cells back into the body.
And introducing that kind of treatment really made a difference in the outcome of treatment of multiple myeloma and really help patients live longer with their disease.
But it does come with some risks. By removing stem cells, it wipes out the immune system. With new treatments, experts say they try to stop the infections before they happen.
We try to prevent it as much as possible, and nowadays we have treatment that is more successful.
The House leader has completed the extraction process and will be admitted into the hospital on Sunday for the remainder of the treatment. In the meantime, he's staying positive.
I'm very optimistic. Again, this is a form of cancer that has very proven treatments that have been successful.
In New Orleans, Amelia Strahan, WWL Louisiana.
The House leader will continue to work from home while he recovers. He plans to return to work in person next month. There are updates tonight on a Westwego tragedy. On New Year's Eve, an innocent man was killed by a stray bullet. Police had said that it happened after a woman's car was stolen. She was able to track it to an apartment complex. As she was trying to get the car back, the suspects began shooting at her. She then fired back. During the exchange, a bullet went through the wall of Corey Warmington's home, killing him. Today, a ballistic examination showed that bullet was not fired by the owner of the vehicle. Officials are still searching for those suspects. If you know anything, call Crime Stoppers.
Black smoke and a ball of flames as a fire at an Entergy substation takes out power to families in Algiers for hours.
Do you know anybody else I can contact? No.
A Louisiana shelter needs your help identifying a woman who doesn't remember who she is. We work to unravel the mystery.
The rest of the night looks dry with temperatures falling into the 40s, staying dry for this weekend, but some changes on the way to start next week.
The nation's #1 running back explains his decision to commit to LSU, and he shares his connection with Leonard Fournette.
There's a mystery in Baton Rouge as those at a shelter rush to find out where one woman belongs. She was dropped off at St. Agnes Church 3 months ago with only the clothes on her back.
How did you get there?
I don't know. I don't know.
Her name might be Brenda Lee Jones, but workers say she's given them several names. They called our partners at WBRZ pleading for help. Now we're hoping one of you will recognize her. Take a look. The woman can't remember many details, and the ones she does sometimes change. She might have a daughter named Regina who could be in her mid-20s and lives in Mississippi. She also might have worked at Tyson Foods in Arkansas at one point. Still, most everything is a question. Phone numbers and names she's provided have not panned out.
She tried to give me all kind of information. I went everywhere looking for the help that she said she had in other places. No one knew her. Before I could place her anywhere, I need to know her social, her name. Does she have a medical problem? No one would take her without knowing anything about her.
St. Agnes has been helping people in need for decades, providing shelter and food, but guests can't stay indefinitely. If you have any information about this woman, contact the church immediately. You can find that number on our website, WWLTV.com. Entergy and the New Orleans Fire Department are still trying to determine what caused a fire this morning at one of its substations. Around 8:45 this morning, people in Algiers, around General Meyer and Patterson, said there was an explosion and their power went out. Cell phone video caught thick black smoke, flames, and a fireball coming from the equipment. The New Orleans Fire Department says there were no injuries and they were able to get the fire under control in about an hour. But neighbors said for a while they were very anxious about what was happening.
My neighbor was outside before me. I heard her verse. When I heard her, I came outside, so the whole sky full of smoke and fire a little bit. Kind of scary, real scary.
The power was back on in the area around 1 this afternoon. The Sewage and Water Board asked people to limit laundry and using bathrooms while the power was out and says there was no wastewater backup when that power was out. Drivers in Mississippi are getting a new license plate. After 5 years, the state decided to let go of those brown plates. Many people apparently complained they looked dirty. So the state held a contest for a new design. More than 400 entries were submitted. And this one,
oh, I like it.
I like it too. This is from a Starkville resident. This is the one they chose. Crisp white featuring a magnolia, and they are being issued. I do really like that. It's very pretty. I love the magnolia.
I don't think I can wait any longer.
Oh, Chris, no.
I don't think I can wait.
What's the matter with you? If it rains on Mardi Gras Day, it is your fault.
I expect you to just
on
slap
so many
me.
levels. I can't slap you on TV.
You could.
I can't leave evidence on television.
if the camera goes dark and you hear, You'll know what it was.
Where's the garbage can? I'm gonna.
Right in the.
We'll save it till midnight.
It's been sitting out some like 5 hours, so you can.
We probably could throw it away.
Yeah, I think it's kind of
We'll
hard.
save it till midnight.
All right, so yes, then
Whoever
tomorrow.
cut that is in trouble.
The good news is, found in the newsroom. It's like 15 king cakes in there. And up in sales as well. All right, we are done with the rainfall, and so for the start of carnival season, we lucked out. Weather will be very nice. We'll have a little chill to the air, not particularly cold tomorrow night. You may want to have a jacket if you're going to be out at any of the parades, but the weather will be dry. The rest of our rain, or the last of our rain, is now moving away from southern Mississippi and the mouth of the river, and the rest of the night for us will be mostly cloudy. And there already are some breaks in the clouds, and hopefully we'll see a few more, especially during the afternoon hours tomorrow. And I do think we will see some gradual clearing, but likely to have this lingering cloud cover with us as we get the day started tomorrow morning. Low clouds out over downtown and still fairly mild. High temperature day was 65 degrees. We're still in the 60s. The colder air is just off to our west, starting to move into Baton Rouge. So this will be moving through overnight tonight, and we will see temperatures in the 40s to get the day started tomorrow. At the moment, 50s and 60s. But as I said, the colder air is not too far off. As a matter of fact, our winds are still out of the southwest, but a west wind Gonzales, northwest wind at Baton Rouge. That is the front and the change in air mass that is on the way. And also notice that the winds have settled. What had been fairly breezy, windy during the day today have diminished considerably since our system has moved on. This system moving out, we will at times see more sunshine over the course of the weekend, but at least if nothing else, we're done with the rainfall, even if we don't see bright sunshine all weekend long. Low clouds should dissipate by midday tomorrow. Then we'll start to see some high clouds, especially throughout the day on Sunday. But again, weekend plans outdoors look great because we will be dry. Then very quickly by Monday morning, scattered showers, some thunderstorms start moving into the area, and we're just now starting to get our high resolution models and an idea of what Monday's forecast is looking like. The GFS and the Euro have been for a while now indicating we're going to see this surge of moisture headed our way and quite a bit of rain all day. Maybe at times in the morning some more breaks, but it looks like throughout the afternoon and evening the rainfall and coverage will intensify. And we're going to be in the warm air sector. What that means is more instability and a better chance for some strong to severe storms. Not that this is looking to be any kind of a severe weather outbreak, but certainly a better opportunity for more strong storms, which today generally stayed all offshore. That risk may stick with us into Monday night, and until this front moves on through, the severe risk will still be there, which doesn't look to move through until maybe early in the morning on Tuesday, certainly after midnight Monday. By Tuesday morning, kind of the tail end of some lingering showers, but also a significant drop in temperature. This will be associated with a much colder air mass. Risk of severe storms really across the entirety of the area. At the moment, a slight risk, which would be a level 2. Wouldn't be surprised to see maybe that elevated depending upon the situation as the system develops, but also heavy rainfall, and we are under a higher risk of street flooding and maybe more widespread street flooding as this system, as today's half inch, maybe a 3/4 of an inch, Monday will be more of a 2.5 to 3 inches of rainfall. High temperatures, though, will kind of peak or spike on Monday before they come down as we head into Tuesday and Wednesday. This weekend, staying on the cool side. High temperatures in the 50s. I think at times a little bit of a sunshiny break, but otherwise probably mostly cloudy, especially on Sunday with the high clouds. Storms on Monday into early Tuesday. Chilly midweek, back to the low 70s by next Friday.
Two hot teams came into the blender Friday night, the Pelicans and Clippers, each riding 4-game win streaks. But Los Angeles played like a serious championship contender tonight and came off the floor with its 5th straight win. The Pels did jump out to a fast start. The ball movement looked crisp. Here Herb Jones drops a nice dime to Jonas Valanciunas for the dunk. A double-double for JV, 13 points and 11 boards. Zion Williamson scored just 12 points. He gets the layup as the first quarter ends 26-all. Zion did not play in the second half. He suffered a right leg contusion. Clippers responded in the second quarter by holding the Pels to just 15 points. They suffocated Brandon Ingram, played the much better pace. James Harden dishing out one of his 13 assists to Ivica Zubac. A 24-7 run to close the first half gives LA a 15-point lead. Then it just gets out of reach in the third quarter. Paul George hits the deep triple. He scored a game-high 24 points. Pels suffer a 111-95 loss. They'll start a 5-game road trip Sunday in Sacramento. The Saints-Falcons winner could be the NFC South champion if the Panthers upset the Bucs on Sunday. And in a critical Week 18 game, Alvin Kamara is a game-time decision. The Saints running back dealing with an injured ankle. He did not practice all week. However, Dennis Allen said Friday that Kamara has made significant improvement. Saints-Falcons noon on Sunday. The game airs here on Channel 4. LSU moved quickly to fill its vacant defensive coordinator position, announcing the hiring of Blake Baker Friday night. Baker spent the past 2 seasons as Missouri's DC. Prior to that, he served as LSU's linebackers coach in 2021. Now, Baker has ties to the area. He played linebacker at Tulane. His wife played soccer at LSU. She's from Mandeville. Yahoo Sports is reporting that his deal is 3 years, worth more than $2.2 million per season, making him one of the highest paid assistants in the country. So Brian Kelly gets his DC, and he's also putting together quite the 2025 recruiting class. The latest prospect to join is Harlem Berry, the nation's #1 running back. The St. Martin's standout made his collegiate choice at the Under Armour All-American game in Orlando earlier this week, becoming the first underclassman to ever commit at the game.
Next 3 or 4 years, I'll be taking my talents to the University of LSU.
When St. Martin's Harlem Berry announced his commitment to LSU in front of a national TV audience, it mirrored a similar one made nearly 10 years ago.
For the next 3 or 4 years, the University of the Boo Bib LSU.
When they asked me to come do it in the Under Armour again, the first person I thought of was how Leonard did his. And I was like, well, yeah, that could be like a repeat of history. Leonard actually texted me congrats after I made the commitment, so that was pretty good.
Berry following in Fournette's footsteps a decade later, a #1 running back in the country from the metro area, committing to the purple and gold. Berry came to a final decision at the beginning of this past prep football season. He said Texas made a push, but LSU won out in the end.
I talked to Coach Frank, Coach Kelly, obviously, and they just told me that they were based offense around my play style and how I play, which is what I want to hear. So I feel like they'll put me in a position to where I could do what I do best.
And Berry wanted to make his pledge known months before he kicked off his final year at St. Martin's.
Well, I just thought that would be good because, one, I'll be able to focus on my senior year, just getting bigger, stronger, faster. I wouldn't have that much pressure of recruiting at all, so I just have the focus, and I'm trying to graduate early, so I feel like this decision was best to make it now.
LSU getting a very talented player. And that does it for sports. We'll be right back after this.
The rain is gone. Temperature's still mild, but 40s out in Baton Rouge. That'll be headed our way, so we will wake up tomorrow with a chill to the air and a chill most of the day. King's Day, high temperature staying in the 50s. We are dry for the parades getting started, but a wet, stormy at times Monday into early Tuesday, with temperatures getting pretty chilly by mid next week.
All right, millennials, listen up. One of the greatest girl groups of our generation is getting a unique honor. Britain's Royal Mail is releasing special stamps dedicated to the Spice Girls. This is so cool. The stamps mark the band's 30th anniversary and feature multiple performance images from the 1997 Brit Awards to their reunion for the closing ceremony of the London 2012 Olympics.
Yeah, I would thought kind of 30 years too late, isn't it?
I guess
they're kind of
better late than never.
But they're,
I hear it.
Nice job, Tori.
Name all 5 quick.
I'm too good at dancing.
Scary, posh.
We
did it.
Nice job, guys. That's all for now. Thanks for watching.
Am I proud of that, though?